Hello everybody, Roxabox9 here with the Eternal Masters spoiler season kicking off tonight with a ton of awesome mythics and some great rares and some other great stuff, which we'll dive right into. Just a public service announcement as well. We have broken 15,000 subscribers. Yay! Yay! Cue the fireworks in the distance. We've broken 15,000 subscribers. For those who've been following for a while, we had a 15,000 subscriber idea discussion, and we have some good ideas that will be coming to a head soon. We should be seeing that in the short-term, near-term future, where we'll be having a 15,000 subscriber giveaway. So thank you guys, everyone who's new, everyone who's old. You guys are all rock, and happy to have you aboard on the channel train. For Eternal Master spoilers, we got a ton of great stuff tonight. Let's dive right in. First off, we have Daze. Daze is a fantastic card. Yes, it's no Force of Will, but Force of Will is in the set too. Daze is it acts as a free counterspell, which of course means in Eternal formats like Legacy, having a pseudo free counterspell is a big deal. Now, in terms of the artwork, I personally don't like this version that much. It's fine, but the original, I loved that bauble look, the look that little kids have when they are staring up at bobbling items, or someone who's hypnotized by a fast-moving train going in front of them. That sort of stunned, in awe, shocked look, which Daze represents. I think this artwork is significantly better. Regardless, great reprint. Chrome Mox looking absolutely stunning, reminding me of the art from Mox Diamond from the Vault set. And you have the original Judge promo. I never thought it was particularly flashy or special. The original artwork I really liked. I loved how it was a pseudo rear view mirror, gives you a look into the past. I love this weird casing around it. Given that it's not that expensive, I was surprised to see this at Mythic, but it is gorgeous, and it also is something we probably don't want popping up in Limited too often. I think it's a fair Mythic, and it's going to be one of those. I mean, listen, the set's going to have weaker Mythics. As long as there's no Comet Storms in the set, 50-cent Mythics, I think we'll be fine. This is a fine Mythic, and it's gorgeous. The foil is going to be amazing. Bloodbraid Elf, also new art, and the new art matters, as we'll go through. There's a number of cards in new art. The reason it matters is because if you look at the other Master sets, many of the cards with new artwork, because of the limited supply run, which this will be no different. There will be a limited run on this, and some stores, I'd be surprised if 50% of stores actually can even get this in any sort of reasonable stock. But in terms of the old artworks versus the newer artworks in the Master sets, the newer ones inevitably ended up being, most of the time, more expensive. Some of them not, but most of them yes. And the reason why is because of the limited supply, as well as the fact if it's new art people like, then it makes it much more difficult to lay hold on than the originals. And that's why, at least in this case, you see an $8 difference between the swords. For the foils, it's a significantly bigger difference between the foils. These foils were 100, I don't know, 140, 150, I don't remember. But the other originals are 70 to 90. So gives you a sense of the change, especially for the foils. So keep that in mind when we look at these. Bloodbraid Elf, this is new artwork. I kind of like it. It's a little scary, but the original artworks were not particularly stunning either. Honestly, I thought this was rather bland, and the original from the set, I like the coloring, and I like how it captures the figure in the rear not foreground, the shadow of the foreground, and I like how the sunlight is catching perfectly. But regardless, I think this artwork is sweet, and it's a great card, really strong card for Limited, and it's nice to see it coming back. I wonder if that means that maybe unbanned in Modern. Who knows? Deathrite Shaman, definitely not going to be unbanned in Modern, or most likely not. But regardless, this card is no reason to be here. Sorry, Wizards. I don't know what this is doing here, unless this is some sort of check on graveyard shenanigans you're going to have. Why is this here? I have no idea. Speaking of as well, I realized that Cascade, we should keep an eye on the keywords because they may influence what the limited strategies will be. So maybe Cascade will be something. Anyway, back to Deathrite Shaman. Why Deathrite Shaman? I have no idea, Wizards. This card is not expensive. This card is banned in Modern. This card sees play, sure, in Vintage and Legacy, but if it's not expensive, why the reprint? I don't get it. I really don't. Necropotence. This is a card that didn't need a reprint, and again, it's not Comet Storm, guys. Don't freak out with the Mythic. It's really for limited purposes, but this isn't a Mythic that's going to make you choke up and completely want to go crazy. It's a great card. It's a decent price, and it's a card that you don't want appearing Limited all too crazy. The fact there's also the new border with this artwork, I think a lot of people will be happy about, especially Commander players. Sneak Attack. This is another Commander card. Given that Sneak Attack is in the set, I wouldn't be surprised not to see Show and Tell as well. But Sneak Attack with new artwork, I personally prefer the original. The flavor, the art, all around. But I can see why a lot of people like this one as well. This was a $50 to $60 card. Be nice to see the price drop even a little bit. Again, at Mythic because limited and because it is a fairly expensive, solid card. Goblin Charbelcher, this is new artwork. Yes, that is a Black Lotus you see popping out of the Belcher, along with some random dynamite things and a sock maybe. Man, goblins, and he has a bucket on his head, literally a bucket on his head. Goblin Charbelcher is actually an archetype. Belcher decks are an actual archetype in Legacy, excuse me. And seeing a reprint here I think is very solid. I still prefer the original artwork, even though I think this one is cute and nice to see it in the set. Nimble Mongoose, also solid artwork. I don't know if I like the original or the new one more. I like to have there's multiple mongooses in the original, but then here it's this Speedy Strike. Who knows? Great cards. Also notice it's a common. I wonder if that means this card could move into Pauper. It's definitely a possibility. Great card to see in the set. Gamble. Yes, that is an Indiana Jones reference, and yes, it is awesome. Awesome to see that on a card. Realize for Gamble that this is a card that was expensive because of Commander players. 99% Commanders and maybe some kitchen table casual players, but mostly Commander players. Nice to see it brought in, if only because it'll allow for some fun potential in limited, as well as lower the price, I think, significantly with the new printing. Toxic Deluge, I actually got rid of all of mine because I was pretty sure this card was going to be in the set. It's only had one other printing prior, and it's fantastic card. Good reprint. Jace the Mind Sculptor may be the only Mythic we have, Mythic Planeswalker, but it's possible Dak Faden can be in the set as well. The main thing with Jace the Mind Sculptor is because he's been slowly rising. He's almost $100 now. It's nice to see a reprint of him. It's not going to really impact his price, but it will allow some more copies on the market and allow players who are new to have that awesome moment of opening a Jace in a pack, assuming you can get hold of a pack. Great Mythic choice. Sylvan Library. This card, this artwork, and this errata text has only been on one printing so far, the Commander Arsenal, which made it a $60 to $70 card because Commander players, yep, all the time Commander players. This will allow a lot of people to get a hold of it and will likely lower the price decently, at least for a short time, because of Commander and not much else. Mana Crypt. This is the big bomb mythic of the night. This card is insanely expensive, mainly due to lack of print, and is a card that most people were probably not expecting to appear in a set with a reasonable MSRP on the pack. Because this is in the set, I would be stunned if the MSRP is actually, if we're even close to MSRP. Given that you have Rise of Eldrazi packs going between $20 and $30 each now, I would not be surprised if the packs on this set go up to $20 to $30 each because of the level of mythics and rares we're seeing so far. Maze of Ith, great artwork, great reprint. We've had this card printed a bunch, and the price still hasn't dropped enough to make it easy to lay a hold of them. Nice to see it with this artwork. I really want to get one for my cube. Enlightened Tutor is the last spoiler of the night, and while I personally still like the original a lot better, I can see why this artwork is going to look stunning as a foil and will be great for the more serious collectors who look for alternate arts and foils. This is a great one, and also a great card to see printed. So we got a lot of crazy stuff, a whole bunch of mythics tonight, and I have to say, very solid so far. In fact, it makes me quite nervous that Wizards is putting all this greatness in the set, because limited print run plus ridiculously good cards in the set plus lots of bomb foils equals a real pain for people who want to actually play with the set, and a real pain for even for people who want to get the set but don't have $20 a pack sitting around, which I think this could easily go up to just from what I'm seeing right now. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let's chat about this. If you enjoyed the video, please tap the like button. If you're new to the channel, check in and subscribe. As always, Roxabox90 signing out. I'll see you guys next time.